Well, God bless you, brothers and sisters. So, in a few hours, I'm not going to have, in the morning, I'm not going to have access to this computer until Thursday or Friday, but I wanted to say a couple things. Brothers and sisters, just as when the Lord told me about this fourth kingdom rising up, this fourth beast kingdom, and this fifth trumpet um, blasting, and the seals and all this stuff, brothers and sisters, this stuff is really happening, and I saw it today. I saw it. I work around a lot of, I see a lot of people, I encounter a lot of people, and I saw it today like I've never ever seen it before in my life on such a massive scale. And brothers and sisters, them rolling out the 5G, what that is in the physical, is that is the physical sign of what's happening in the spiritual, the fifth trumpet. And people are going to um, be tormented in their mind. You're going to see it in their minds and in their hearts. And brothers and sisters, this thing just started. When you wait for a few more weeks, and when it really develops, when it really comes to fruition, you're going to see it in a way. We're not going to see suicides particularly increase, because it says death will, the word says death will flee from them, but the torment in their minds, and they're going to have thoughts in their minds that they've never had before, because this evil army is working in the spirit. And the 5G, the frequency of the 5G is probably what they're using as the catalyst. That's probably the frequency in the air that that this locust army is going to vibrate at, or something like that. So that's something to do with that. But brothers and sisters, they talk about the 5G. A brother brought this up to me today, and they talk about, people say, oh, the 5G, it's going to hurt the plant life and all these things, but they're saying that about the 5G, brothers and sisters. But remember what it says in the word. It says that it was commanded that they not hurt the grass of the earth, nor any green thing, nor any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the living God on their foreheads. And so we're going to see this develop, brothers and sisters, especially in the next few weeks, people being tormented in their minds like we have never, ever seen before, brothers and sisters. And this is the reason I'm bringing this up, is to show you a sign, brothers and sisters, that you're physically and literally going to see. And I hope and pray that it moves you in such a way to where you will be in alignment with what the Lord is allowing to happen around you. This is the time, brothers and sisters, where the holy city, God's people make up that holy city, where they're going to be trampled for times and half a time, or also 42 months in the book of Revelation, in the book of Daniel, 3.5 years, times half a time, where we are going to be attacked, where we are going to get, and it's for a reason, brothers and sisters. It's to purge us and to refine us and to make us white. But the enemy, as he's doing that, his plan is going to be to steal your clothing and your crown, so that you would give in to these attacks, and that you act fleshly towards them and respond to them in a worldly way, and not in the way of Christ. They're going to try to steal your crown and your clothing away from you. You must maintain, brothers and sisters, if you want to endure to the end and receive the crown of life, you must maintain your clothing. In order to do that, you must handle these things through you praying and seeking the Lord very first thing in the morning. You need to pray that no man steals your crown, and that you see these things, all these attacks, these trials and tribulations, the way that the Lord sees them, and do not handle them the way that your flesh is going to tell you. So I wanted to share that with you, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to see you for a few days, and I really I love you guys. I love you guys so very much. You guys are eternal brothers and sisters. So don't forget that. Okay, please don't forget this, brothers and sisters. If you need anything, brothers and sisters, you can email me and I'll send you my number or anything like that. So there's a few things I was going to talk about, brothers and sisters. I want to talk about this thing about Israel and the church and the seed of Abraham. And I'm going to talk about all of these things, brothers and sisters, because there's a lot of brothers and sisters that you will see that have churches, YouTube channel, whatever it is, brothers and sisters, they do not understand these things. Okay, and don't be misled by them, and don't believe error. Don't believe error, and know who and what you are. But before I get into this, brothers and sisters, I want to share something real quick. The other day, you know, Todd White, you know, in the past few months, he has said a few things, brothers and sisters, that are not borderline blasphemous, that are blasphemous, brothers and sisters. I don't know if you've heard any of it. If you haven't, don't even go. I'm not even going to suggest that you go check it. It was what he said about about Jesus Christ becoming sin, and then the way that he said his belief in it and what he said about it when he took that scriptures, brothers and sisters, it is completely wrong. And that somebody with those words and those beliefs and that mentality should not be preaching and teaching a congregation, period. Okay. And so somebody did a video the other day, brothers and sisters, about Todd White, and they said that all people did, all like a huge part of the comments that he did. This brother was talking about Todd White, how he was a man of God, and he was saying all these awesome things, which he was, I'm sure, saying some really awesome and true things. But brothers and sisters, he said that the comments, 70 or 60 or something like that percent of the comments were talking against Todd White. And brothers and sisters, I want to tell you something. There's a problem right now, and we're going to see this problem. What I'm highlighting right now is going to be one of the biggest reasons of why people are deceived in the end times, and why they could potentially go after this end days battle is about the Antichrist spirit versus the Christ spirit. Those who are in the covenant, brothers and sisters, and those who are not in the covenant. And the much smaller group is going to be those who are in the covenant. Okay. But the Lord is with them. Okay. And it's a difference in power in those who are in covenant and those who are not in covenant. Although those who are not in covenant are going to do signs, brothers and sisters. They're going to have deceit. They're going to make people feel like what they're saying is right. That's why we have to be so close to the Lord, brothers and sisters, and strong in our faith and in our understanding. We have to have Christ in us. We have to have Jesus in us. The way that is done and that transformation takes place is through his body and his blood. Okay. And so this brother was saying that, he was mad, he was angry, or no, he wasn't angry. He was disappointed that 60 or 70% of the comments were speaking against Todd White. When after just in the past few months alone, Todd White has said, preached, and taught stuff and not repented or acknowledged from it. That stuff, brothers and sisters, that if our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, was here on this earth right now, brothers and sisters, I can assure you that Todd White would have been corrected and rebuked, and brothers and sisters, it wouldn't have been allowed to go. The Lord wouldn't allow those things to be said and done and taught without the Lord coming and correcting those things. And so there's a big group of believers, brothers and sisters, that think that that we should not even sit, because Todd White, he'll have one sermon or he says a few things and believes a few things that are true, that are really powerful truths, that we should never say anything against those things, and that we should not point out these errors and things that Todd White has done. And brothers and sisters, I will tell you that alone right there, that mentality, that belief, and other people hearing that and agreeing with that and adopting that mentality, all that is doing is hindering the truth and the growth. And what happens, brothers and sisters, is when people believe something that is not true, or they believe a lie, it actually manifests an actual tangible, palpable energy, a power, a spirit, and it goes into the earth and it affects all the inhabitants of the earth. And when more and more people do it, it strengthens. Okay, that's why now the way that we do it, the way that some people do it, brothers and sisters, correcting and telling people what they're doing is wrong, yes, it's not done out of love, and that's a problem too. But brothers and sisters, to say that we should not say anything, or to say that because of 60 or 70% of the comments that he got on his Todd White video was he was disappointed at people, brothers and sisters, that mentality and something like that, and it's based out of love, right? People really believe and think, brothers and sisters, that that's the loving way to handle it. And people who believe and do that, they don't understand, brothers and sisters, the toxicity, the effect that that has, not only on ourselves, but on all the rest of the people in the earth, and even on our children. And it hinders and stifles truth and the kingdom from being made manifest. Okay. And so it's a problem, and I'm going to do another video in this, brothers and sisters, whenever I get my computer back. But yeah, brothers and sisters, I wanted to share that with you. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about Israel, and brothers and sisters, the lawlessness is spreading, and it's having an effect on the earth and on the people. And there's a lot of error about the law of Moses and the commandments, and not living under the commandment, and living under grace. And it is, with most believers, brothers and sisters, they either subscribe to one extreme end of it on the other, or the other. And so I'm going to do a video about that, brothers and sisters, again when I come back, and we're going to elaborate and talk about these things. But I would just ask you guys to take these things to the Lord and pray about them, brothers and sisters. And I love you guys so much. And if you need me, just give me an email. I'll leave it in the description. God bless you guys.